Did you know it's Palm Sunday today? You know about Palm Sunday. How many were raised in traditional Palm Sunday celebrations? No, it's a great story. And so I use that story today as the idea in my title, The Journey Never Stops. It's a story about the coming of Jesus into Jerusalem, into this divine sacred space, the symbolism metaphysically on. He's welcomed, lots of fanfare, lots of celebration on the pathway, as there should be. Even though at the end, the appearance was crucifixion, physical death. And it's part of that idea that we need to die to. Something on the path must be let go in order for us to have a resurrected idea, something greater, something more abundant, something more freeing. Because at the very end, dragging the cross, he was so encumbered. How many of us are dragging the cross today or have? We will again. Trust me, we will again. I won't carry it as long. I will not carry it quite as long. So let me lighten it up a bit. I'm going to begin with a story. Well, a woman was stopped in her vehicle by Highway Patrol. And he comes up to her window and he says, "Good afternoon, ma'am." She says, "Good afternoon, officer." He said, "What's that in that container on the passenger seat? What's in that bottle?" She says, "There's water." "Water? It's water. Tell you it's water." And he said, "Hand me that bottle." She says, "Okay." So she hands him the bottle and he goes. He said, "Lady, that's wine." "Really?" "That Jesus, he's done it again." Miracles happen. We call them naturals here, ordinaries. So, what a glorious day to be alive, isn't it? I mean, I love to laugh. I love to get a little kickstart in the morning with a good laugh. So, Palm Sunday is the beginning of what many consider Holy Week. And I mentioned the idea of going down the path, going down our path. And it's a 7-day experience, a week, 7 days. That's a completion number if you're into numerology and other kinds of numbers. So the whole idea of Holy Week is to make every experience personal and holy. It's your holy grail that you are working through and toward. And this week can serve as a reminder of your true spiritual nature. Now, what is that? You're a holy being. Not being holy, that's a whole different set of rules. But a holy being is just you're in your absolute knowing being who you are. Now, a holy being, I have 4 little ideas under that. As a holy being, you are ever evolving into your spiritual magnificence. There's the path. As a holy being, this is your time to refocus upon your inner self. As a holy being, this is your opportunity to be one with the infinite, one in consciousness. Consciously conscious, my favorite combo of words. Consciously conscious. and to be in the ultimate reality, into the mental space that you know you are unmoved by any world effect. Tough. That's a tough one. But as a holy being, that is unmoved. And the last, as a holy being, your journey never stops. 7 days over and over, we're in process. Every idea, every process is in the continuum of life. So yes, this is a high spiritual time, a time that you and I are holy by our divine birthright. Little kids know this. Look at me, I'm special. They know they're special. They don't mince any words about it. They'll tell you what they want, when they want it, how they want it, and what it is, over and over and over. They're driven to have what they know they deserve. Jesus knew this. He embodied the Christ consciousness, didn't he? And therefore knew no fear as he moved into the week of holy transformation. He trusted and he believed this truth. The Father and I are one. The Father, that propelling power of spirit, that potentiality of our divine birthright, is already complete within. He knew that. There's no separation. No graders, no lessers. You and I are complete, just as we are. Do you believe that? Sometimes. Sometimes. We forget. So why do we deny it? Because the journey never stops. The journey has to start over. We get to the next part of our journey, and there's a new bit of stuff that we get to let go of, uproot, or take in to enjoy. It's the evolution of our souls, and that cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped. I know that there's a lot of bounty in this life, because the statement that we hear a lot too in our world is, but all the gifts have been given. That's an old traditional statement. All the gifts have been given. You have a gift. I have a gift. Everyone brings a gift. It's how we utilize it on the path to our newness. There is so much in this world to behold. I've talked to several, Maxine, magnificent beholding. And, just different experiences I know that you are having in your lives, and you share with me. It motivates me to have you share with me, because, gosh, I hadn't thought of that. I didn't know about that one. I didn't know that could be done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're just saying, it's the journey, not the destination. It's nice to know where you're going, kind of. But when I was growing up, my parents, it was all about the destination. We never stopped and saw anything on a family vacation except family. Nothing between Southern California and Central Texas. Was a one-night sleepover in a motel. So what do I do today? I stop a lot. I like to get there in about a week. And if I get as far as Phoenix and the week's up, too bad. I'm done. Back home. So I thank my parents for that demonstration to me, that I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that way. There are a lot that I still do, and I honor them, but different day, different lesson. So enjoy. This implies enjoying the process. Live in the moment. Be conscious. Please say after me. I live consciously.
I live consciously.
In the moment called now.
In the moment called now.
A holy being.
A holy being.
Ever evolving.
Ever evolving.
Into my spiritual magnificence.
Into my spiritual magnificence.
Do it again. Yeah. Do it again.
It's kind of like, yeah, kind of. I live consciously.
I live consciously.
In the moment called now.
In the moment called now.
A holy being.
A holy being.
Ever evolving.
Ever evolving.
Into my spiritual magnificence.
Into my spiritual magnificence.
Whew, that felt better. Hallelujah. We're having fun, aren't we? Yes. It should be fun. Life should be fun. Serious ideas, clear ideas, having fun with them. In the Palm Sunday story, Jesus knew his divinity. He knew his divine nature. He knew what he was about, and that he had to move forward. He was clear and absolute in his evolutionary process, wasn't he? If you know the story, most of us do. He could have stopped at any time. Even that walk into Jerusalem. But there was something greater drawing him. And this something greater is drawing you. It's always drawing. Yea, though I walk through the valley. The truth is, your life is always your walk through your valley, toward your spiritual greatness. And by staying on your path, by being on your journey, not mine, not your spouse's, not your parents in the car, not that, but your journey, you're always drawn through any trials, any sadness, any pain, to an oasis I call grace. It's like a reflecting pool. Clear. This is an oasis of grace. And it's something that is a feeling, it's a trust. And the moment you look into it, what do you see? A reflection. But the moment you dip into it, it kind of fractures or dissipates. And so the reflection is a reflection of what you were a second ago. As you looked, you're different now. You look, you're different now. So you're always evolving, always on the path. If you keep looking into the reflection, you're looking backward. You're looking backward. It could be a pretty sight, maybe you just had a makeover, or a new hairdo or something, But it's remembering the past, looking and living somewhere else. In the valley of the shadow, that's where we're looking. We're living in the valley. So, by letting go of that, the old words, you tell spirit, you tell the infinite of your greatness, of your truth. When you're living in the truth, you are free to claim the journey. What do you want in your life? What journey do you want? Do you have another great idea that you're not acting upon? I do. This is an idea that I'm keeping. The room went silent. Whoa. But claim the journey. Try it on for size. See how it feels. And use the words that you're claiming with. Use them wisely. The power of spirit creates through the word, backed by your faith and belief, which evolves into our creation of that idea. We are told that Jesus said If you continue in my word, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. So if Jesus knew that he and God and Spirit were all one, he was talking about you and me. In my word, as God I am. Walter Starkey wrote, and I quote, "The truth isn't going to make you free unless you live the truth. If we continue in the truth, if we live it, it will indeed make us free, not otherwise. The complement that makes the truth whole is the living of it." We have to live it. Beloved, your journey is forever divinely fueled by your word. That's the fuel. That gets us down the path. That which you manifest is before you as your word. It's the draw, it's your belief. It's like a magnet that pulls you toward your faith, your belief, your word. Ernest Holmes tells us, life is one perfect wholeness. The universe is a unit. God is one. It is impossible for man or woman to feel separated from the Spirit without feeling lost and in want. This is why Jesus said he could do nothing of himself, but could only work as the current of divinity ran through his mentality. The current of divinity runs through your mind, your mentality, your consciousness. Do you think Jesus had science of mind tendencies? I do. I do. I do. Dr. Holmes tells us that subtle something which runs through all things, that which we call the thing itself, that energy without which no thing can be energized, that life without which no thing can move, and that spirit without which nothing can be, is God. It is only as we live in conscious union with the Spirit and consciously let it work through us that we really live. That subtle something, the God of us, as us, is ever available to be through you, as you. As you. Are you listening to that? Are you hearing it? It's your holy nature coming up. It's your inner ear of spirit whispering to you. It's that still small voice that says, I'm holy. Pay attention. Holy Week is a reminder to reconsider the way we do our lives, I think. And according to the Palm Sunday story, Jesus listened to his inner wisdom. The Word was with him as he proceeded peacefully into the direction of his higher knowing. He trusted the change that was his spiritual magnificence. He knew. He knew. He knew he had to do that walk, that path, that part of his journey that needed to be revealed. Science of Mind tells us the universe holds nothing against us. Nothing against us. No matter how many mistakes we have made, we are still perfect beings within. And the within may become the without if we carefully train ourselves to listen to the inner voice of truth, which speaks to us in our moments of quietness and solitude. This morning, during the 10 o'clock meditation, thank you, Gina. She did a visualization of going to the place where we felt safe and secure, and whether it was water, whether it was outside, inside, light, dark, and she got to the place where on what are you standing? What does that feel like? And immediately I was standing on this kind of mossy surface, overlooking a big valley. Beautiful day, beautiful clouds, mountains around, standing like this in the sun in my Native American dress, feathers and everything, as the chief. And it's like, whoa. And I mention that because it was a quiet moment that I allowed my holy to rise up and be felt. Felt good. Felt good. So I more fully embodied my great-grandmother and that heritage. Had it fully realized in a stronger way today. So I thank you for that. Thank you, Spirit, for that. So again, the Palm Sunday story is a wonderful metaphor for following your inner voice into that which supports your highest good. So take a precious moment often to listen to that part of you, to that inner voice, to that sweet, sweet spot, to the revealer of truth, the truth that is heard only by you. I can't hear your truth. I can witness it when it shows up, but I can't hear it. That's up to you. And the way is made easy to do this through the royal treatment of Spirit. It's royal treatment. Did you get that? Royalty. Because the truth is, you are reclaiming your path with a higher spiritual perspective all the time. I would love to have Rexine at some point soon be able to stand up here and tell us your story. Because it's just an amazing demonstration. And so, as I near my conclusion, I would like to speak some of the perspective of Deepak Chopra. And I would try not to use his accent, but oh, too late. He reminds us that all of life resides in a field of potentiality. That all we need to be who we are to be, is already here. In the one mind, the mind of God. And so, my beloveds, on this day called Palm Sunday, no, life is an ever-evolving process, one guided by the very thoughts you place into your mind, which is one with the divine mind. The path is always lined with your thoughts. Make them good. Make them supportive. Allow them to be holy. And then listen. Listen. Be the ears to the inner voice of Spirit. That whisper of truth that is always, always, always supporting you, no matter what. And remember, as a holy being, the journey never stops. The journey never stops. Thank God. Thank God. And so it is.